of the show. We're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time.
Hi, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelts, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
All right, the tripods are moving, and so are we. Welcome to another edition of the C Show. I got to do a few things before we are officially wheels up. Kick the tires, light them up, Ryan. And one more sequence happens every Friday before we're fully wheels up. This woman is going to remove the cat from her lap and the condom from her wine bottle. Hello, Leslie.
Hello, Garry.
Yeah.
So the cat has been removed. The wine bottle is ready to be opened. Got me a Greg Norman Sauvignon Blanc today.
Oh,
Sounds like fun.
All right, here we go. 3, 2. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Okay, that was good. It kind of
Launched.
up and
All right.
forward. So,
well, cheers, everybody. We're expecting a goo-free ride, but you never know. And we get a lot of people in the comment section. Keely Ann, I saw Keely Ann, Ryan, and she said, well, here's what she said. Last week, I tried posting early as usual. There was a message stating chat is unavailable for this podcast or something to that effect. So this week, I got nothing.
oh,
Well,
And then I commented at this. Sorry, I clicked the wrong setting.
Okay.
Oops.
All right. Well,
So I copped to it. So
all right.
I copped to it early in the chat.
I think Greg
Why is it
Durham.
so hard for people to admit when they're wrong? Look how easy that was. You admitted, and we moved
Yes,
on.
nothing wrong with that. Greg Durham, who sends you stuff, right, Leslie?
Oh yeah,
I think I saw going by that it's his mother's birthday, and he wanted to wish her a happy birthday because he's been very good to the show, and we want to make sure he's taken care
Oh
of.
my gosh, yes, he's awesome.
All right, I am in Sarasota, FLA. My friend George moved down here from Chicago in January and has been inviting me down ever since he got here. And finally, I had a moment to say, okay, I can do it this week. Let's do it. And here I am. More about that in a few minutes. He made me George, you made me a Manhattan. It's kicking my ass already.
Are
Woo!
you going to be playing Marco Polo in the pool tonight?
Well, we were in the pool together. We did all the George
Were
and
you?
Gary things. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
get on each other's shoulders and
Well, we did
play
do that.
invisible chicken
But
fights?
I think
yeah.
when I looked into the house, his wife was looking at us like, really, what's with these two? So
Do you do that thing where you cup your hand? Okay, step in there and I
right, and I toss them in the water. Right.
Oh,
The
that's
water,
great.
their heater is not working. They're getting it fixed. The water is 64 degrees. So there was shrinkage. There was a record low here in Sarasota on Tuesday at 40 degrees for Veterans Day. So I got my winter coat on the first few days. And then as the week has gone on, 80 degrees today and a lot of sunshine, which it's the sunshine state. Did you know that?
I've heard that
They
somewhere.
own
I don't know.
sunshine.
It must be new. Did you see any iguanas falling from trees?
Okay, did not see the iguanas falling from trees, but there's a sign when you come into the area where George and his lovely wife, Kathy, live. Beware, alligators are part of the community.
Oh.
Okay. And then when we were taping the other day, I looked out the window and these giant birds were walking across the neighbor's lawn. Well, they were on George's front lawn this afternoon, and they look like buzzards or flamingos or what are they?
They're egrets.
Egrets.
Okay.
I've had a few, but too few to mention. And they were walking around, and I went right up to them and took a picture, and they don't care because they were here. Here's the thing about Florida. There's so much wildlife that was here way before this state got populated, and it's still here, but it's been pushed around, and they're trying to come back. So the egrets are just walking around everybody's lawn going, we were here first, F you, and I'm not budging.
As long as you're not a gator, they're like, we don't care.
Yeah.
We just got to watch out for those because apparently they're in the neighborhood. That's funny.
Alligators are part of the community.
Okay.
And they've got a lot of people.
Do they pay taxes?
They are like Northwestern University. They don't pay any taxes.
Oh, okay, they're grandfathered.
All right, that's a joke for those of us who have lived in Illinois and the university does not pay any taxes to the town they're in Evanston, which they signed 150 years ago. I don't know how they got away with it, but I just saw this article today. Northwestern is building the most expensive college stadium ever. It's $850 million, something like that.
They're midway through this project, are they not, or nearing completion at this point?
It does. The big structure is, the whole structure is up. I don't know if it's next season it opens.
Is this the new, wasn't it Dyke Stadium? So is this
It was
the new
Dyke, and then I think after a while, when people always Dyke Stadium, they changed it to Ryan Field because they didn't say it was because we can't handle Dyke. It was because
No.
of something else. I think it's still going to be Ryan Field. I don't know if they're going to have a new sponsor. I don't know. But anyway, I saw this today, and this is what you get when you charge people $75,000 a year for tuition and pay no taxes.
There you go.
All right.
So Bob Lesbian's gift is not enough to have the field named after him. So.
Well, we're sassy already, aren't we?
Come on.
And
we're
politically
adults here. I'm going to have swears in my news later on. We can
incorrect.
handle it.
Come on. Now, a lot of the regulars have checked in, and we appreciate that. And my friend Wayne from Straight Talk Commerce, if you're looking to get some really valuable business ideas, go to Straight Talk Commerce, and he puts out podcasts all the time about that. And he's very smart.
Try the Python. Yeah, there's plenty of Python down there. They have get-togethers where they just try to kill as many as possible, and they still can't get rid of them.
George's wife said to me, a neighbor said the other day they saw a bobcat in the backwoods here. Okay, I'll just stay in the house for a while.
Playing Marco Polo.
We did. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Terry Savage on, and that's always a delight because Terry's so smart and we love her. And she has to go to a party, so we want to get her on. But I hope you're going to put a bass down, Terry, before you go to the party.
I'm looking up Dyke Stadium and Ryan Field. So first, credit where it's due. Ryan Field is being built with primarily donation from the Ryan family, Pat Ryan of Combined Insurance. So it's no public money's being used in that. And probably not any tuition money. And Dyke Stadium was DYCHE, just so you know. It's 100 years old. It was built in 1926, okay, and named after some famous guy then, but let's just keep our facts straight. I know we're on the GarrForce, but...
Okay. Terry, all you did was set me off on another tangent when you say an insurance company is putting up the money. I have a real issue. I've been talking about this lately.
Oh, Lord.
When insurance companies such as State Farm pay A-list celebrities to do their commercials, and then you look at your premium and you're thinking, well, how much is Patrick Mahomes making? And why do you hire real expensive celebrities and then you're an insurance company? You don't get the optics of that?
Well, these are public companies with shareholders, and their object is to maximize profits to benefit their shareholders while providing you an honest product, which is insurance for your home, so that if your multi-million-dollar mansion burns down, you only paid a little bit.
Okay, but
every year.
You're still saying the same thing. Maximizing profits and all that, but it's insurance. People have to pay policies, and you look at your policy and go, oh, that's a lot, it seems. And there's Patrick Mahomes, the big A-lister quarterback, getting a State Farm commercial all the time.
Our society has decided to maximize value of football stars and et cetera.
Yes, okay, but it's an insurance company.
Wait,
not Coca-Cola.
I mean, you could argue that there's a greater value in being a kindergarten teacher. In fact, I could argue that very easily than being a football star. But we live in a free market economy, and the money goes there, and that makes them stars, and that adds value. So that's why they're used in the commercials.
I never feel better about living in America than after I'm done talking with you. You make me feel so rah-rah. I'll tell you, you should be something in the presidential cabinet because you do more for this country than anybody else that I know. Now, answer me this before we leave Northwestern and Evanston. They pay no taxes, right?
Well, do you know that a lot of public churches pay no taxes?
Right, and they should.
Facilities? Well, that's a whole other subject. I mean, that's the way it's been forever and ever and ever.
But okay, if you're not going to pay taxes, you don't have a voice in government.
Here, if you want to talk about what's going on, I mean, I'm the wrong person to talk to about it, but this whole free market and college football players and this transfer portals and all that stuff, and then the betting on everything,
Oh.
you know, how many first downs in the first half, how many yards, the prop bets and so forth, which are leading to. So if you want to follow the money, the obvious one, okay, we're paying football players, professional players to be in commercials, but there's so much more going on if you want to start following the money that's involved in college, in college sports, and now in pro sports with these bets. So unless you want to be the morality police, this is a subject for a better person than I to discuss it.
I love when you bitch slap me, Terry, and tell me to snap out of it. Thank you. Okay, let's get to the stuff that we really were going to talk about when we decided we're going to get together tonight. You want to talk about Medicare?
Yeah, well, let's talk about the stock market. We're talking today on a Friday night. The Dow was down 800 points yesterday, 300 points today. We'll use the Dow because everybody remembers it. And we were at a new all-time closing high 2 days ago, over 48,000. That's kind of mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to everybody but a man named Dr. Bob Freilich, who's on our Executive Club Economic Forecasting panel every year. And Dr. Bob, in January, forecast the Dow would be 50,000. And has stuck to that even when the market collapsed, when the tariffs came in, down to 36,000. He said, no, I'm still into it for 50,000, and he still is. So we've had a little back off. We're living in either a tech bubble or an AI bubble or stuff we can't understand. The robots are either going to take over the world, the cars are all going to drive themselves, and there'll be plenty of money to do that, or it is a bubble. I mean, a great technology, but a bubble that will burst. And who will burst it? Probably the Federal Reserve in December, if they don't cut interest rates again, which is why the market's backed off, because it looks like they probably won't. That's all you need to know if you want to go to the cocktail party tonight. Will the Fed cut in December? Oh gosh, if they don't, there won't be free money around for the AI companies to invest in their data centers. That's what's going on out there in the markets.
How do government shutdowns affect? I mean, aside from the obvious, how does this shutdown that we're coming out of right now? What are what's the long tail of it for now?
Well, there's a long tail of it in financial planning for people who couldn't close their FHA mortgages, people who had to take out loans because they couldn't feed their families. Just because there was a vote finally, and they said it's over. I mean, and I'm not talking about the airline disruptions. I'm talking about real families. The national parks are filled up with trash because the people that take care of the parks weren't there. There's just a whole lot of implications that you don't hear. A lot of families whose financial plans were disrupted. There's still, the SNAP benefits still aren't out there. And there's children, yesterday's hunger for a 7-year-old little boy is not erased by tomorrow's food stamp. So it was, and by the way, just to be evenly balanced here, I thought they probably should have not shut down the government after a couple of weeks, because what really is about to happen is that anybody who's on healthcare.gov, known as Obamacare, is going to realize that this latest tax bill, the big, beautiful bill, took away subsidies that reduced premiums. And now, all of a sudden, starting in January, the premiums people are going to pay are doubling and tripling. A family that could afford a single mother $158 premium now has a $300 and something. Maybe she won't have insurance. So when she gets sick, then what happens? The after effects of this, because no sensible deal to organize healthcare was reached, is that a lot of people are going to find they can't afford even the terrific lower premiums of Obamacare, because they're going to go up. And that impact will still be felt going into the new year.
Oh, great.
So the Democrats should have said, okay, you want us not to fight for healthcare? We'll let you have your take away your premium subsidies. And then all the people that are going to be impacted, a lot, half of them are probably Republican voters.
Okay, so I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but why can't both of these parties, I know the answer to this, I'm going to say it anyway. What's the point of what they're doing? If they're not doing anything to help all of us, what are they wasting our time with here? Just to have their own brand somehow stay their brand and be the coolest brand?
People at cocktail parties all over America and at dinner tables that don't have a lot of food are asking that very same question. Let's talk about what I can talk about, okay?
Yes.
This is really important. I know we're all grown-ups that watch Garry. We're in the middle of something called Medicare open enrollment. And you know that I don't get any payments, endorsements, any ads on my website or any click-throughs. So go to terrysavage.com. And there's a big 3-part special report called Medicare Beware. And I just would like to make a couple of key points. You're seeing talk about commercials with celebrities. You're seeing all these late night commercials. Oh, Medicare Part C Advantage program. We'll give you vision. We'll give you dental. We'll give you all this stuff. We'll even drive you to your appointments. You'll have no monthly premium. It's just the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, that works, the Advantage plan, while you're healthy. It's very low cost. But the minute you have an illness, you need to see a specialist. You have to deal with their network of doctors and hospitals and pay a lot more if you want to go out of network. If you have a health issue, there are huge co-payments and thousands upon thousands of dollars of potential exposure out of pocket. So that cheap, I'm healthy, it doesn't matter. Great, I don't have to pay a few $100s a month for Medicare. All of a sudden, if you're faced with an illness, you can't get the care you want. You can't see the doctors, you can't go to the hospitals, and you still have a huge out-of-pocket expense. That's called Medicare Advantage. I wrote a column 3 years ago, The Disadvantages of Medicare Advantage. So right now is the moment when seniors, number one, on original Medicare, they've got a supplement. They're going to keep the supplement. All seniors who have supplements also should have the drug program, Part D. And if you are a senior and have a drug program, you must go online to medicare.gov and review what the plan's going to cost next year and whether your drugs are still included. Read that 3rd part of my special report. And those of you who are on the fence going, gosh, I'm just signing up for Medicare. Boy, Part A is free, but the Part B premium plus the cost of a supplement, that's so expensive. I heard this commercial. I'm just going to say, please don't do it. Half of Americans are now in Advantage plans, and they're finding out exactly what the limitations are once they get sick. And when it's probably too late to switch back to original Medicare, because you won't be guaranteed to get a good supplement after you're already ill. But when you sign up for original Medicare and you pick your supplement, go Leslie, at that moment, you're guaranteed without health considerations to get the best plan, Plan G supplement. So I know I covered a lot of territory, but I hope some people will go, wait, what'd you say? Go to terrysavage.com and read that 3-part report.
Well, I know why I drink on Fridays after you roll out some of this stuff.
It's crazy is that, well, you have very savvy. I mean, they're online here watching, but for many seniors, older seniors, this reviewing of your Part D drugs every year has to be done online. And gosh, if you're young and smart and you've still got lucky to have a parent or grandparent alive you're watching this, go help them out. This is really tough on seniors. All of this stuff is done online.
Okay. You're one of those people talking about Social Security and when to start taking it. And why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Okay, well, the top column at terrysavage.com this week is a review of something I wrote years ago. It always aggravates the heck out of people. It talks about why you should wait till age 70. If you can, if you are not out of a job at 62 when you could first take it, if you could keep working for sure till full retirement age, which for everybody out there is not going to be 67, you should try and wait till 70. You get 8% more a year in your base check for waiting. And the fact is you get a 76% higher base check upon which future inflation adjustments will be made by waiting from 62 to 70. Now, we'll just preempt all of these arguments because I get them all the time. What's the break even? Why, if I only live to be 82, then I should have taken it at age 67. Your Social Security check is your only inflation adjusted annuity that you can buy. I mean, it's a guaranteed check plus an inflation adjustment every year. What really matters is what if you live to be 92 or 94 or 96, for example, far longer than the actuaries predict. When you've run out of your other savings, you're going to get that nice big fat check. So it's not about what the average age is or what the break-even point is. It's about, what if I live longer? The second thing is people say, well, I want it now because what if I die when I'm 75? If you're dead, you won't care. Okay, that you left some money on the table, but from 70 to 75, you'll have had a bigger check. And the third argument is, what if the government just runs out of money? See, I knew you were going to ask that. Look, there are politicians of both political parties, and there are voters of both political parties, and there is a massive 60 million cohort of people on Social Security. They are going to find the money. Savage truth.
All right, that's my new bumper sticker. If you're dead, you won't care.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about something not related to any of this. I was listening to you on a program, and you started raving about this item called sore muscle jelly.
Okay.
You said, I've got this sore muscle jelly I've been using, and it's incredible. There's Leslie with a sample. And I texted you, and I said, just jokingly, hey, how's your sore muscle jelly? Oh, you've got to try this. So you had the person who is in charge of this send me some, and I used it after I had done some work and my arm was sore, and I put it on there. The next day, my arm wasn't sore anymore. So I said, would you mind talking to the person that you know in this and having her send us some to give away? And that's where we're at this point. Okay. And why don't you explain the history of sore muscle jelly?
Okay. This, I full disclosure, I get a couple of jars of sore muscle jelly every year, but I have no financial interest in this. I became friends inadvertently with the woman who created this, and she gave me a sample. And at the time I wasn't hurting, but the minute I was hurting, I ride horses, so lots of things hurt. So I tried it, and it's amazing stuff. And she gave me a bunch of samples, and I give them to people. I mean, the mail carrier was in the mailroom and was going like this. I said, here, I always carry them in my purse. soremusclejelly.com, or you can go to Amazon, but there's a lookalike. So you need sore muscle jelly. So soremusclejelly.com. I want to tell you, this is amazing stuff. Now, recently, I don't know how my shoulder started hurting. Some of you out there, it's going to happen to you. Nobody told me that would happen.
Sometimes it happens when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And that is the most disconcerting thing, is like, I went to bed last night and today I wake up sore.
For no reason.
I didn't do anything. I mean, this wasn't
exactly
lifting weights, Anyway, I swear by it. I used some of that there's other stuff out there. I know that. And
this is external use only.
Yes, this is just something you rub on wherever.
We don't make any claims on this. This is not, I'm not getting anything for this aside from giving these away. So this is just something that you heard about, you told me about.
Yeah. You tried it. And, our radio producer, that's how that started. The producer for, I'm on with John Williams on Wednesdays on WGN, and Pete, it runs in the marathon. And he was practicing or whatever. And I gave him some. And he said it was amazing. You told me you were going to bring this up. I want to read you this article that Karen Bennett, who created Sore Muscle Jelly, got this email that said, from a woman who is waiting to have hip replacement. She said, a few days ago, my mother gifted me a jar of your original Sore Muscle Jelly. She heard Terry Savage mention it. I've been using it 2 times daily for 3 days. I cannot believe how much it has helped me with my pain in my glutes, hip, thigh, radiating down my shin. This jelly has given so much relief. Nothing has helped this much. No icy hot, no lidocaine roll-on, no CBD oil, no bufferin or ibuprofen, nothing. Thank you for creating this fantastic cream. So Karen forwarded it to me. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
I'm not getting anything either. I'd like to get her to advertise, but initially we'll give a little of the heroin for free.
Right.
Okay. Well,
I gotta say, and it's got a pleasant aroma.
It's kind of minty.
Somebody's like, I'm a gay guy. No, this you can put on in a much more subtle fashion than some of those other products.
And it doesn't stain your sheets or your clothes or whatever.
So
anyway, I'm doing this, but anyway, Karen Bennett is a really cool lady, and she has been relentless about creating this, and it's her own concoction. They make it professionally, and it's now all over the country. It's on Amazon, and it's happening.
Great stocking stuffer.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coming up, and we're going to give away at least one of those little sample buckets
Once
there.
again, if you have any questions, ask your doctor. But otherwise, yeah,
Right. We're just
are not
going
exactly
along with the
endorsing
flow
this,
here.
But
Yeah, don't get it
But-
in your eye. I made that mistake.
Don't get it what?
there you go.
Don't get it in your eye. I mean, wash your hands after you put it on.
Okay.
My,
Yes.
my warning label.
Yeah. Don't put it on your eyeballs.
Oh,
Okay.
God, no.
All right. Terry, you're going to a party this evening because
I'm
it is
going
the
to a
party
party.
season. And are you drinking right now? Usually have a drink on this program.
Yeah, I'm having Hinkley Springs purified water, but that's not going to last long. But look, I want to leave you with this thought, Garrett,
Mhm.
okay? Because there's so much going on now in the markets. You know, if you're wondering, can I just take another minute or so? If
Yeah.
you're wondering how the stock market could be at or near all-time highs, and we're having this huge AI boom, which is no doubt going to increase productivity, but it's going to impact jobs and so forth. It's a very confusing time. Warren Buffett has just raised $382 billion in cash, which he's got in treasury bills. He owns more treasury bills than the Fed. The market's at all-time highs. I don't call highs and lows. I've been saying this for the last number of months. So the market and Dr. Bob Freilich thinks it's going to be 50,000 by year end. And boy, that'll really be a celebration. But we're all getting a little bit older. And over the long run, it's always been so smart to invest, stay invested, ride it out. But we're in a very speculative moment now. Bitcoin today, I noticed now down around 95,000. So everybody's aboard this AI thing, this Bitcoin thing. And I just want to say to you, yeah, I think AI will create productivity. I believe in the future of America, but you've got record profits in your 401k, your IRA, and you're now looking at retirement and you're worried about everything from your sore muscles, okay, to your Medicare subsidies, you know, your supplement plans. So if I'm talking to you, I would just like to say that, well, I always believe Warren Buffett always said, never bet against America. He's raised cash, obviously, because he thinks at some point he'll be able to buy bargains. Maybe you want to just take a look right now before the year-end rush at all the profits you've made and maybe just take a little bit off the table so you could sleep well at night just in case. Not giving up on America, but reorganizing and recognizing that we've come a long way, baby. That's
But you always say, Terry, where would you want to invest? What country other than America?
Absolutely.
And there it is.
Yeah, this is, we will, you know, we get through ups and downs and a lot of what's going on. For sure, I have no doubt about that. But the point is, once you're 60 or 70 or 75, you're not having 20 years to wait to get even, you know, or 10 years to wait to get even. So if you have some money on the side, you can ride out your investments a little better with the ability to sleep at night. You know what I call that? I say it's the bulls and the bears, and there's also the chickens. And everybody should have some chicken money, money market funds or CDs or T-bills, money you cannot afford to lose so that you can sleep at night and let your other investments grow.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure, Terry. I feel
Thank you.
better when you have been on and held our hands collectively.
Thank
So,
you, Leslie. Thank you. Use that sore
Thank
muscle
you,
jelly.
always.
Yeah. And she referred to Leslie doing something with her Medicare, ABCD, HGP,
Oh,
whatever she
And
did.
once again, I went to a trained professional to help talk me through this process because it is confounding. And I'm new to the whole Medicare thing, and I am not on Social Security. So, yeah, there's special considerations. And honestly, having somebody who knows their stuff talk you through really, really helpful. Spend the extra few minutes rather than just closing
yeah.
your eyes and
Not the
playing with
commercials.
something.
Yeah, not the TV.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Terry's going to a party
Uh-huh.
where the guy who's throwing the party is her mentor. So I can imagine this is the top of the food chain.
Oh, we're going to be talking money and markets tonight for sure.
I'll bet. All right,
That's why I
Terry.
need wine. Okay. Thanks,
And
Gary.
then they play Pictionary. Yeah.
Right.
so.
Right. And Twister. Happy holidays, Terry.
Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's all be thankful for what we have.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. TerrySavage.com is where you go to get all the answers and put away all the noise. Go to TerrySavage.com for the real story of what's what. We love Terry. Thank you.
You
All
know,
right.
we live in a fine nation where someone like a girl like Terry can
Yeah.
give advice, and she's not being hounded in any fashion for that. So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
it's a good place we live in.
So, as you know, Leslie, George and I are very close friends, and
Sure.
And closer than ever now.
now closer than ever since we swam today and there was shrinkage. And then we did our traditional, we went and had ice cream together at Ben and Jerry's. And that was, where was the ice cream place? St. Armand's. Okay, it's
Okay.
near Sarasota here. And we went and had Ben and Jerry's, our traditional. We sit and eat ice cream together and whatever we do.
That's great.
But George is like a spa for your technology stuff. He said, bring all your computers and everything. I'm going to get rid of stuff, clean them up. So I get here, I unload all my computers. He's downloading, erasing, cleaning, and
Thank
doing all
God.
the stuff that I can't.
Ryan and I saw Gary's laptop the last time we all got together, and both of us
It was
were
running on
slack-jawed.
Steam. It was on Steam. And
Holy shit! How is this thing even
I
powered
know,
up
I know,
anymore?
but they're built to last, really. And it's like the scene in Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz where the Tin Man is getting buffed and the Scarecrow's getting more hay pushed in, and the Lion is getting whatever he got.
Rub here, rub there, and a couple
Right,
of ooh la
exactly.
la.
So everybody's getting,
Yes.
so all my computers are up to speed.
Awesome.
Isn't that
Awesome.
nice? So then
Oh.
he took me, we've
Shoot,
been all over
because
the
we
place.
were
here.
worried about keeping the show on the air. If Gary's laptop
Yeah.
putzes out, we are so screwed, you guys. So
One
yay.
of the main events for coming down, besides visiting George and his lovely wife, Kathy, there's a guy that I knew in Chicago, but hadn't talked to in many months, years. And a friend of mine is a friend of his and said, hey, do you know Dan Dabrowski, who was the weather guy on Fox in Chicago? And I knew Dan. And he said, well, now he makes tiny homes.
Right.
And he's in Tampa.
Right. Okay.
And he's got these tiny homes. He makes the homes in Wisconsin. You order the home, and then wherever you want it delivered, he'll deliver it. And within 5-10 minutes, you're living in your new tiny home. So I went to the Tampa community that
I mean,
Dan has put
5
together.
to 10 minutes after you hook up sewer and electric.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
15 minutes. Okay, you're in
Exactly. Okay.
business.
Let's
So
do it.
I did the visit. And Ryan, you want to show some of what
Sure,
we
let's
there in
let's
Tampa?
do this. But you had referenced this on the one of the
Okay, this
shows.
was Tuesday. This is how cold I had to have
Sure
my
picture.
winter coat on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah, on the beach. So that's Tuesday.
Looked
And
like you were signing up for Baywatch there with that rescue
Yeah,
board and all of that.
exactly. Exactly.
sure.
So this
The
is
high
a
beams were definitely up though.
this
when
is
we
a
started running on
right.
set.
High beams were up, shrinkage was in. This is a tiny office. This is a building that someone rents as an office on Dan's property. And think about it. If you really want to use this in the best possible way, I think, you get one, you put it in your backyard, and it's your office. And think about how that works economically. Nice little office in your backyard. This is one of the tiny homes. Okay?
Well, like I said, at some point, wouldn't
This
it be
is a
funny if I
this is
just
a
put one of
duplex
these in
across
my
the
daughter's backyard? I mean,
What's that?
I said I think it'd be pretty funny one day if one of these shows up in my daughter's backyard, and it's like,
And you're living
"Mommy's
there.
home."
You're living there
Yeah,
now.
there
This
you
is
go.
another development across the street. These are duplexes. So there are 2 units in one of these. He gets a lot of college
Oh.
students that just want to have a space and not pay a lot of money. So he rents those out. That's a duplex.
That's
This is one of the
actually
tiny
funny 'cause
home. Yeah.
I was in Stanford or Palo Alto not too long ago, and how many of the students are living in vans around the campus
Yeah.
property? Imagine if they were to just
So
put in a
That's
bunch
what
of
Dan
these.
figured. And now he's got those across the street. This is one of the tiny homes that has a deck. Now you put a deck on these and some patio furniture and you got some extra space. You're fine. They're about 200 square feet. Huh?
Now, you pointed out that your first studio apartment was 500
500.
square feet.
500. So listen, it's not for, you could have 7, 8 people living in these, but this is for people that are scaling down, and you could plop them anywhere and move them if you want. Go to another piece of land somewhere.
I have
Yeah,
couple interior videos.
not exactly
Garry,
the
if
home
you
for
wanna
somebody who's
see
got
those.
4 dogs.
No, well, again, got to go with the flow of square footage, 200 square feet. Ryan, you've got interior?
I got interior videos. They're like 3 of them for
Yeah,
10
let's take a
seconds,
look
they're
at
not very
those.
long. Hang on. Let me do that. And then let me do. So there's the patio. Here's
I've done some carpentry in my day, you know what I mean? But this is
Top and bottom.
beautiful shelves.
Yep. Lucky one.
Sitting area there.
yeah, and here's what you
Full-
talked about on the show too.
That AC, I would imagine.
Here, he even got this here design.
Nice.
Nice.
So you have an in-law you want to live with you, but not with you. You buy one of these, put it in the backyard. There's the in-law. All right. Keep an eye on the in-laws.
You seem as much or as little as you want.
That's right. So that was part of they haul them on a pickup truck hauls them to wherever. So that's that. I'll have more about that as we go. So here I am. I'm wearing shirts to match the sky color.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very nice.
Where was this, George? This was
Downtown Sarasota,
this is downtown Sarasota
on the bay.
on the bay. There's so much going on down here. I mean, really, if you've been down here, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, there's a lot going on down here. People moving here in droves.
You see
It's-
them moving from the north with those tiny homes on the back of their trucks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the great
Exactly.
migration now.
Lordy.
Lordy.
So here's
You
what's really big, Leslie. The roundabout. These
God.
roundabouts are huge down here. Roundabouts are like if square dancing married roller derby. If you've been, and they're starting to spread around the country.
Yes.
And these roundabouts, instead of traffic lights, you queue up and you wait for your moment and you go around and around and wait for your exit. And they're
Right.
big down here now. And are you seeing any in your area?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
are
roundabout,
definitely happening more and more. Then there's the the double diamond exits off expressways. Those make sense. Those actually move really smoothly. And they swear that roundabouts move traffic much more smoothly than other situations. But as long as there's a moderate amount of traffic, I worry about when there's a lot of traffic at one of those. It can get really squirrely.
Well, you have to pay attention because it's moving and you don't know if that person's going this way or that way. You got to stay. Ba-ba-doop, ba-dee, ba-boop.
And I found it's really cool if you know the area and you know the intersection well. But I've run into those where I'm relying on maps to get me through some place that I've never been before. And it's kind of confusing.
But that's huge down here. We've gone through dozens and dozens. So that's the thing, at least in Florida. And I see it around other places in the country now too. So this must be the thing. Roundabouts.
Well, like Thomas says, you yield to the traffic on the left. It seems simple until it's not.
Yeah, but it really,
we just have to get used to it.
It's square dancing in your car. It really is.
Kind of.
Do-si-do. Here we go.
Except there's so many do-si-don'ts on the road these days. I mean, oh my God, the stupidity is just monumental out there. I think they're just handing out licenses to anybody who wants one because it's too much trouble to make you take a test.
Mike
I'm
now,
scared.
who's my friend in Puerto Rico, roundabouts, what does that say? A way to curb California stops. Yeah, well, that's the whole point. You don't have to stop for a stoplight. Everything keeps going.
Right.
All right.
Can somebody explain to me why people get to a traffic light and still say a full car length back from the big white line? Is it because you're on your phone and you think you're invisible now?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
we can see
distracted.
you doing all that stuff. And yes, picking your nose and all the other things. Just pull up to the light and pay it frickin' attention for 2 minutes.
There you
People
go.
have the attention span of gnats. Grr, this is why we drink.
That sounds like Angry Mama talking.
She's more pissed off than I am.
There she is.
Oh, easy,
You know-
girl.
You know what I saw in the Sarasota paper? Maybe this is happening around the country too. A drone cleaning windows on high rises.
Oh.
A drone was cleaning the window. So is that the end of the
Now,
window
is it
washer?
like a magnet kind of?
I don't know how they showed the drone and they said it cleans it, and that's what they're doing now. Drones
Okay.
cleaning windows.
So, in general, we are on the verge of some major technological breakthroughs that are either going to make us or break us. And there are some kind of scary things going on out there. I have a story. May I share a story with y'all?
You want to do it now?
I can. Oh, wait. You know what? Let's
Why
set
don't
up the
you tell-
giveaway.
Let's set up the giveaway and then maybe do the sponsors.
Yes.
Okay.
we'll
And
go
then
to
I'll
your-
tell you
yeah.
about why we should be afraid of AI.
But before we do that, I want to remind people if they've not moved over to Supercast or they're interested in becoming a premium member, GarryMeier.supercast.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen. So
Yes, please do that if you can. We're done with the Monday, Wednesday shows. It's Tuesday, Thursday, pre-board, and then this. So if you can, please become a premium member at GarryMeier.supercast.com. And like and subscribe to this too, please. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. All right. So what are you giving away?
What do we want to use as the hashtag? We can do, well, how about hashtag Sarasota? It's right there on the screen. And this is Gary's chance to be wild.
Ryan
so
has
you
to-
guys
Ryan
didn't
has to
spool any
spell
pasta
that.
together? Like,
After the show, like Lady and the Tramp,
Lady
as
and the Tramp?
George and I do. Yeah. Okay.
This is
Well,
a night,
hey,
it's a beautiful.
there's nothing wrong
Anyway.
with it.
Let's see. Of course, we have to pay homage to our favorite house bands, plural. Oh yes, and Bon Journey. So I've got a Bon Journey T-shirt to give away this week.
And by the way,
with-
Leslie, Bon Journey playing tomorrow, Saturday, at the Rockford Hard Rock Casino, Rockford, Illinois.
Oh,
Rockford, Illinois, Hard Rock Casino, Bon Journeyed. If you're in that area and want some super entertainment, that's where you go, right there.
there you go. So a Bon Journey T-shirt along with a sticker for Bon Journey, and I believe the last Bon Journey koozie. So there you go. End of
Wait
the
a minute.
season.
I'm sorry, Brian said that's tonight?
What? Wait a minute.
Oh,
Let's-
you're right. I'm sorry. It's tonight. November 14th is tonight, right?
Yes, it is all day.
This time change has screwed me up. It's tonight, Hard Rock,
Anytime.
Rockford, Illinois.
9
They're on,
p.m.
I think about, 9 p.m. It says right there. Friday,
Friday.
tonight.
Plenty of time.
Okay.
All
And so
right.
with that, a Bon Journey koozie. And I mean, let's face it. Oh yes, our other favorite band gives us oh yes bracelets and guitar picks. Oh yes. And our special edition Brian Sheridan sunglasses.
X-ray
He
specs.
is the bass player. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we've got this cute little pin. It's called a Little People's Pin. It's like little children catching butterflies. It appears.
Oh,
Mike was in Mexico and brought us back some cool stuff, including this Tequila Mexico coaster. Look, it fits the wine bottle
Perfect.
so cleanly.
look at
Oh,
your bottle.
we're gonna give away a jar of the sore muscle jelly. I believe it contains CBD. So go ahead, look it up online, and if it works for you, good. If not, hand it off to a friend. Terry seems and Gary
Yes,
love
we
it.
don't have any endorsement one way or another. It's just Terry recommended it. I like Terry. Terry gave us the name of the person who made it, and now we have some.
We like to share. I think it was Tracy from Wisconsin gave me these Gal Pal antique postcards along with her generous donation of ball liquors.
Ball
We
liquors.
love the ball
Yeah.
liquors on the show. Ellen DeLinka, our former producer, provided us with our special edition refrigerator magnets. I've got some fortune-telling fish for you from Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectibles. Scott wants to know what happened to the shrunken head. It's out in the garage, and I do dust off his ball jar pretty regularly so I can say hi to him when I pass. And I found an envelope to fit it. So this week's prize package is coming in 2 separate mailings because Garry Meier has generously donated a 2017 Thomas Kincaid calendar autographed.
Ooh,
Yes. And look at this.
look at those pictures. Come on. I know it's
so
junk
effing
art,
quaint.
but it's so soothing in these crazy times.
And if you hang on to it, I believe this will be a perfectly usable calendar again in something like 2034. So, but in the meantime, you could take all the pictures and put them into frames and put them around your
Look
house.
at that. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. It's wholesome.
All right, so there it is. Hashtag Sarasota, and Ryan will push the button in a little bit.
And finally,
the condom that started it all. All right, let's take care of the fine sponsors of the program, aside from the premium members. Ryan, who's first up? Let's talk about
American Elm.
American Elm Apartments in Elmwood Park, Illinois. Look at that. There's the building, and look at the interior of these 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. Spacious. Yeah. All new ownership, new management, all new. And that's what it looks like inside. Beautiful. And you get to regulate your own AC and heat, which is very important in an apartment building, because if you've ever lived in one where the landlord decides, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
In September, they turn the AC off, and March, they turn the heat off. And that doesn't mean you need that usually in those months. So there's the hardwood floors. And here's the deal. Call for a showing appointment, and the number is 773-205-8300. Mention promo code Garry Meier Show to receive your first month of rent free. And it's near a train station. So if you have to commute to downtown Chicago, don't have to do that driving nonsense. Russell's Barbecue is nearby. There's all kinds of restaurants, shopping primo location. The American Elm Apartments, beautiful. And Volo Museum. We've been talking about this for several weeks. This is a national treasure soon to be. Right now, before the national treasure moniker comes on and people flock to it, and now it's real crowded, go there. It's about an hour from Milwaukee, hour from Chicago, all kinds of stuff to see. I keep listing the stuff, and I'm not even scratching the surface. It's been open 65 years. They've done a 5-year renovation, added a whole bunch of new stuff, reptiles, military. They got the Captain Phillips escape boat that looks like a giant whistle. If you like,
I have that video. So if you want to show that sometime,
I want to show it.
Let's do that right now. I found it. Here it is.
Who's the captain, Garry?
Login C15, break Siglo, TAO, send that to CPF 151.
bolofun.com. It's a treasure. The classic cars and that room where Jim, the curator, showed us the classic cars. I could spend all day there.
Right. And then you can touch an A-bomb. And then you can touch gyrocopters and Humvees and all sorts of
a lot of touching. You can touch a lot of stuff.
Lots of video, lots of touching. We love
Antique Malls. That's where Hank, Ryan's son, bought his bowling pin.
We bought 9 of them.
9 pins. Where did you put them?
They're in a box in the other room with all those other toys. So we got bowling pins. So
yeah. That was a
Yep.
good excursion for Hank.
By the way,
Yeah.
we did just miss a cycle when this calendar would be appropriate, but my sister is telling me that it'll be appropriate again in 2028.
Oh,
That's just, come
3
on.
years.
There you go. Not even.
I bought it for
All
the
in a
pictures.
couple
I'm a
months.
sap for that warm fuzzy stuff, and so that's why I bought it. I don't
Not
need a
to
calendar.
mention,
I just like the
look,
warm
it's
fuzzy.
personalized.
Oh yes, look
Isn't
at
that special?
And Team Hochberg will get your mortgage and your refi and all that, and the rates have gone down. If you're in the 7s and 8s, call David for a free consultation to see if you can refi down into the 6s. How does that sound? He's been doing this a long time, so he can save you money. Patrick in Florida just did business with David and had a wonderful experience, as a lot of listeners have over the years. 855-56-DAVID. Call that number. All right. Buddy Bear Car Washes. Buddy Bear is opening 5 new locations, and not only in the city of Chicago, but in suburban Chicago. Coming soon. I'm going to have Phil, the owner of Buddy Bear, on hopefully next Friday to talk about the new locations. Give your car a bear hug. Get the goo off. You had that snow there, and now there's goo. Are your hands cold,
Can you
Leslie?
tell us what new locations are opening up?
I
or-
will be sharing that in the coming days, and then hopefully
Cool.
Phil will be on next Friday to show us all the new
Awesome.
locations on a map. Are your hands cold, Leslie?
Okay.
You got your sweater up there.
Yes, my hands are always cold these days, but what warms my heart is the fact that I think then maybe next week would be the week to give away the Buddy Bear coat.
Oh yeah, that's a nice coat.
This is a big
Yeah.
thing. Yes, we have a Buddy Bear jacket, and it is going to be perfect as the temperatures change. So I've been holding on to it for a while. Tags are still on it, but I think that's gonna
Okay,
be
you give your
the
car a bear
showstopper.
hug, and then you get a bear hug with the coat.
There you go.
Double
How nice
hug.
is that?
Bonjourney and Oh Yes bring us all the music you hear on this program. Go to bonjourney.com and ohyesband.com to find out where they're playing around the Midwest, like Rockford, the Hard Rock Casino tonight. All right. Leslie, what do you got?
Mike says that Thomas Kincaid put his blood into the paint of the original paintings.
Oh,
Really?
cool.
Is that for real? Well, it's on the
I don't
internet
know.
now. So
I
I've
don't-
gotta
it must
believe
be. It must
It's
be
gotta be true. Come
if
on.
it made the internet.
I'll look that up, and we'll follow up on this story.
Oh
'cause
yeah.
that's
Well,
what
we'll
we
keep
do.
you posted.
So we were talking about AI technology and the abuses thereof, apparently. Morgan Freeman says his lawyers are very busy these days pursuing those who would use his voice without his permission to make money. The actor says he is PO'd about the surge in AI content that replicates his voice without that permission. He says, quote, "Don't mimic me with falseness. I don't appreciate it. I get paid for doing stuff like that. So if you're going to do it without me, without me, you're robbing me." He says he and his people have already uncovered quite a few instances of his voice being replicated without his consent, and they are filing suit.
500 yards of the foulest smelling thing you can imagine. 5 football fields.
So, and are you noticing some of these things popping up on your
I haven't seen any.
interwebs feed?
No, have you?
Because I can't believe that Oprah Winfrey is trying to sell snake oil these days. I'm thinking
Another fake
it
one.
and it looks really kind of like Oprah selling me stuff, but I don't think it really is. So
All right.
be careful. Caveat emptor. Buyer beware. A nice compliment for a guy who stole a city bus in Canada. Police in Hamilton, Ontario say the guy they arrested for stealing a city bus actually did a pretty good job of driving it and then leaving it without a single scratch or ding. The 36-year-old thief is still in big trouble, but it could have gone a lot worse. During his unauthorized joyride of this large articulated bus, no less, The thief, for the most part, stuck to the bus's scheduled route, picking up and dropping off passengers along the way. That is until police eventually intervened and placed him under arrest.
Hey, that reminds me of the roundabout. Do buses not go in the roundabout? Can they go in a roundabout? Because that seems like it would be a real challenge.
Oh, well, I would
especially
definitely give them
Articulated.
right of way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one that has those
The little, yeah,
middle section that
flexi
bends.
section. Yes. And if you've ever had to ride one of those, don't sit in that seat unless you want to be tucking your knees up under your chin because you're over a wheel there and it gets really uncomfortable. But it beats having to stand up next to a guy who's rubbing you inappropriately. God, I missed the CTA. Oh, Lordy, those days of being
Yes.
touched inappropriately and flashed once.
Oh,
And
for
yeah.
Monty. All right, good.
Can't unsee that thing. Oh, golly. And finally, let's talk about this. This oceanfront house in Massachusetts just had its price cut in half, making it surprisingly affordable for the person fearless enough to buy it. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 157 Brownell Road in Eastham just went on the market. Well, it went on the market a few months back for around $200,000, but now this beautiful piece of property overlooking the Atlantic can be yours for just $99,000. The most likely reason for this discount price has probably something to do with the erosion going on in front of it and the fact that the house is now in imminent danger of sliding into the ocean at any given moment. Or maybe not. We'll see if someone's willing to bet on the latter.
I don't know why people build on those cliffs and things or near the ocean anymore. You're not going to win against water.
And it is one of the strongest things on this planet, next to the tornadic wind or hurricane winds that we were talking.
Right.
So
All
does
right.
the house you're staying in have triple pane windows?
Yes,
Triple pane?
and the person who owned it before Kathy and George bought it put in these shutters that automatically come down if there's a hurricane coming.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you don't have to get out there with the plywood?
No,
and
you'd have to
everything
do the
else.
plywood and all that. No, that's what you
Isn't
got.
it?
I think that's a building code now to build anything here or live down here. I mean, and why wouldn't you want that?
Well, and here we were talking about insurance earlier. A lot of these people now have to self-insure because
Right.
or just
Or they
covered-
don't insure.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. There is no
Or they
insurance
don't
that
insure. My
wants to cover
parents
them.
are not insured.
You just take your
Yes, that's
chances.
that George was telling me that a number of people can't get insurance. A year ago, they had the hurricane come through, did a lot of damage, and now can't get insurance. So you got to roll the dice, either go on your own, try to get insurance. It's expensive. But the sunshine. Oh, the
Yeah,
sunshine.
they pay in sunshine down there.
Yeah.
Life's a crapshoot anyway.
It
Come
is.
on, let's face it.
Yeah, what the who cares, right? Hey, let's leave you with this thought. If you're dead, you don't care. Thank you, Terry Savage,
Thank
for
you,
that.
Terry. That's brilliant. I'm gonna have that put on a T-shirt, and we'll give that away sometime in the coming months.
Do we have any more Matt T-shirts? Or are we out of Matt?
We do. We have some Matt T-shirt, but
Mix it up.
it's an embarrassment of riches around here these days, and I like to curate the prize packages accordingly. We will have some GarrForce T-shirts to give away, and if you sign up for those premium shows, we're going to have some giveaways on them in the
Just for
coming
you,
weeks.
yeah.
Because thank you, we really do appreciate your support, and
Yes.
yeah, and I'll try to give back.
GarryMeier.supercast.com. Please sign up if you can, and like and subscribe to this. And Ryan, are you ready to push the button?
I am. Let me do one thing here. We'll do this early so I hit it.
Oh, top of the hour.
Yeah.
News,
And then we
weather,
have to do
traffic.
this.
Thanks for stopping by The Loop, FM 98, WLUP Chicago.
That's when I was working all nights at a radio station in Chicago. And
Do you know what month that was? What month was that, Gary?
how would I know, Ryan?
Let's say November. I was a year old.
Okay, and I was going to point out
it
to
actually
that.
happened in July.
Okay, whatever. He either wasn't born or was a year old.
I was
Several
born
of the songs.
November of '77. So
He was born in 77. Several of the songs I played this week, he wasn't born.
no clue.
He was years away from being born.
No clue
So wait,
on
tell
that.
the story about when you and George were in some public place and George decides to ask the person behind you, "Hey, do you know who this guy is?"
Oh, we were at
I mean, oh my
Okay.
God, that could have gone so south.
there's a place. We didn't talk about this on the show. Did we talk about this
Did
on the
we?
pre-board?
I don't know, but
I mean, this might be repetitious. We went to this place in Tampa after the tiny homes visit called Portillo's, which started in the Chicago area in a trailer, and now it's huge. And they have one location in Florida, in Tampa, and you got to go to the place that makes you feel good. So we did, and we're standing in line for our order. And George, because there are pictures of Chicago stuff everywhere, and George is talking to the woman waiting in line in front of us. Hey, how about this place? Huh? You know this place from Chicago? She goes, oh yeah, I lived in Elgin, Illinois before I moved down here 20 years ago. And so George, I know he's going to do this, and I'm like, oh, don't do this, but he's going to do it. I know he's going to do. Hey, do you know who this is? Oh God, George, please, because this is going to ruin my whole lunch. Because I mean, it doesn't mean she's going to know. This is Garry Meier. Did you ever listen to him on the radio? Oh my God, I was a big fan.
okay, phew. Thank
I was
God.
like, oh, but she could not have been nicer, and that was a nice moment. I mean, you go many hundreds of miles from your home, and somebody knows who the heck you are. I mean, that's flattering.
I always think of that day when we had the picture of Warren Buffett and Paul McCartney having ice cream outside a place
In Omaha.
Omaha.
It was in Omaha. Yeah.
And how many people walked by and did not recognize
Well,
them at all?
because
And
you don't
even
expect to
younger
see,
folks now-
right.
Well, and imagine asking a 25-year-old, do you know who those two guys are? And you give them the names and they still
And they go, well, that's what I mean. This is Paul McCartney and Warren Buffett, and you could get I don't know.
I
Ooh.
got nothing.
Well, that reminds me, Leslie, that Paul told this story. He was in New York and was going with a bunch of people to this club after some award ceremony, and they didn't let him in. They didn't know who he was, or they didn't care. And I'm like, oh,
And
this
an
is,
old
hey.
man in the line trying to, get into a club that's happening. Yeah, they're gonna say no.
Well, hey, what are you gonna do? Life is tough that way, but I'm having a wonderful time here going back home this weekend.
And when you're dead, you don't care.
You don't care. If you take nothing out of this show tonight, and you might not, when you're dead, it doesn't matter. That's why we like to have a good time on this program. And we will talk to you premium members.
Pet my kitty here.
Pull that kitty tail there and have a good time. And then we're back on Tuesday with the premium show. And that's what we do. All right. Hashtag Sarasota. Here we go. Who's going to win all that stuff?
Oh,
Good stuff. Yes.
Jeez,
Who is
man.
it? It's Holly.
Holly.
Holly. Ryan, tell Holly what to do.
Text Garry 773-888-2157 or Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com. Send your USPS mailing address, and Leslie will get your super prize package out in the mail. I think it's going to come
And
in
it
2
is
parts this
super.
week, right?
Yep.
2 parts?
2 separate mailings.
2 parts.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
One for the because it just fits into the envelope, the calendar, and then the rest of it will come in another.
All right. Thank you for watching, and have a whatever you can muster out of a weekend these days. It gets dark so damn early. And George, as I said, had that giant spotlight when he picked me up from the airport.
Somebody
and he's
wanted
flashing
to
it.
see you put the spotlight up. Is
Can
there
you
a chance?
George is standing. Yeah, let me show
Does
you
he have it?
this.
'Cause
It's
somebody
3
was
million
asking.
candle power or something. And
Right. Put it right on Gary's face.
all right, wait a minute. Really, it's for prison guards when there's an escape.
Now he's blind.
All right,
Okay.
wait. Let me show it on.
No,
not
don't
in the,
put it at the
not in the.
camera.
No, I'm not.
You're
I'm just
gonna
going to show
ruin your
you.
new computer.
This is it. How much
Oh.
was this?
29.
$29 on
Amazon.
Amazon. Star Patrol. Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
Lordy.
Look at that
do
thing.
not point it at the.
No,
And there
no.
goes his camera. Okay.
All right. Hey, cannoli, here it comes.
Oh,
Take it.
very
It's
good.
delicious and complimentary. Please. All right. And leave the gun. What about the schnauzer, Leslie?
Go ahead, put your schnauzer into a pool in Sarasota, but the word is there may be shrinkage.
The shrinkage, it's 64 degrees. And woo, we were jumping around and his wife was looking, going,
Here, come on. I'm good. Woo!
yeah, I'll flip you over. Come on. Cannonball it. All right. 3 of the green, gear is down, flaps are down. The voice of the globe, America's podcast, the GarrForce, has landed.
We have landed. 552 check 1 0 1 crash for 72 about.